Welcome to Voices Against Violence, a Harmony House podcast to educate, empower, and serve as a voice for survivors. We aim to shed light on crucial issues surrounding domestic violence, offer support, and inspire action for change. Join us as we work together to create a community where all individuals can live a life free of abuse. I'm Charity Jordan Rex, Prevention Program Manager for Harmony House.
And I'm Kirstyn Walker, Assistant Executive Director at Harmony House.
Joining us today on Voices Against Violence is award-winning development coordinator Carl Peterson. Carl, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very nice intro. That's awful nice.
It's true though. You have an award in your office.
I was lucky enough to receive Fundraising Rising Star of the Year of 2024, and that was pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you work for us. We are so fortunate.
Yeah.
So we did a recent episode where we talked about grant funding, and our grants administrator, Melissa, was on. And that represents about 60% of our funding. The other portion of that is donations, philanthropy. And so I feel like that's becoming even more important right now. Tell us a little bit about what you do. What does a development coordinator do at a nonprofit?
You betcha. So my role specifically is like fundraising special events and coordinating third-party events. And so we do the iCare campaign, we do the Purple Party, and we do something called the Golden Hour Gala, which is in its second year now. That altogether raises about $400,000. And
what?
And so
That's why
it's
he
a lot
won
of
an
work and a lot of volunteers.
I love how you just breezed over that. Those three events raise about $400,000. Like, wow. Oh my goodness.
A ton of planning and a ton of prep for like a big moment at big events. But the cool thing about Harmony House is that we figured out a lot of cool ways to connect with the community and have events that are fun and unique and people want to go to. And also they want to hear about our mission. And so many different big galas and things can be such a bore, like rubber chicken dinner sort of thing. And so Purple Party, especially being 80s themed like party.
Which is every April.
April 17th, 2026. It's Friday this year. So excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just wrapped up the gala.
Yes.
And is that a different vibe? I have not yet been to Purple Party. Is that a different vibe?
It's a much different vibe. So the Golden Hour Gala is a little more like upscale. I would say it's like a hip wedding because we do like henna tattooing and permanent jewelry and like wine pools and like fun little activities, indoor, outdoor, super fancy. We actually have the date for that next year too. It's August 20th, 2026, and it's going to be at Hotel Vandervoort.
And you're in the area, like go ahead and put these dates on your calendar.
Yeah.
Well, that's a location, a venue change. That's exciting.
Wait, where is it going to be?
Hotel Vandervoort. And they're presenting sponsors too. So
I feel like that is the perfect venue.
That's swanky.
For the that's nice. You know what I love about all three of those events, like the Purple Party, the Golden Hour Gala, and we've got iCare coming up, which you're going to talk about. They all have a completely different vibe. So it's not like, oh, I've been to one of their fundraising events. Like, they're all the same. Like, no, they're all completely different. It's a so I think you can come to all of them, and there's something for everybody. So tell us about the importance of the work that you do. Like, I assume I have to imagine it's incredibly challenging getting people to buy into that story, getting them to give us money. Like, what does that look like? And how do you communicate that to folks? Like, what's the story that you tell?
That's a good question. Fundraising at its core comes from the heart. People don't give because it makes financial sense, and they don't give because they came into a lot of extra money. Sometimes they do. But it comes from a connection with the mission and it resonating with them. And that's why at all of our events, we'll have, like iCare Kickoff Breakfast, we're going to have the podcast recording there and going to hear from survivor of DV. We hear from survivors at pretty much all of our events, share their story. We want the people that maybe it's their first time hearing about Harmony House. They know that we're a domestic violence shelter, but not much else, to really feel the importance of what we're doing. And when it comes to fundraising, that's really like the core of it all. And so we always say development is all about relationships. We want to be out in the community as much as possible, like a lot of what you do too, and connecting with people, what resonates with them. And if there's a particular like funding area that they're into, I know that our Surveillance for Survivors campaign, that came from a donor that was like, I'm really passionate about making sure when clients leave our shelter, that they have the tools if their abusers come by again, that we can help them in court and have video evidence of that sort of stuff.
Ooh.
So if someone's like, I'm really passionate about that, we've got an area for them there, but we don't want to kind of offer a menu of saying you can fund these programs. We really are shooting for general operations so it can support our staff and our kitchen and any area that we need help in.
Yeah.
But, at its core, it comes from the heart for sure.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine that it's such an opportunity to feel like you're making a difference and doing something. I think that so many times I have a passion about something, or I'm interested in prevention or doing something, but I don't know where to begin. So it seems like, Carl, your role is really starting there of here's an opportunity to dive into that work that's meaningful.
Yeah. And it sometimes doesn't stop with donations. They say, I want to get hands-on. How do I volunteer? Where do I get involved? And lucky for us, we have a great team, awesome volunteer coordinator. There's opportunities in our shelter at events, things like that. So
I do love that. You're so good about, not just taking donations, but you're telling that story and connecting so well that they do get plugged in other ways. They come and volunteer. They reach out for training for their staff, if they're a business, or, so they're sharing our posts on social media. So
it's important to stay connected throughout the year. Like, I don't want to give away our whole playbook all the time, but the idea is that we're going to talk to our donors throughout the year. We want them to know that they really matter to us and that you're a part of what's making this work. We're not going to call you once a year and say, could you renew again? And that's all that you hear from us. It's lunches, it's coffees, it's, recognition dinners, it's things to just get them involved throughout the year. And I feel like that's really important also because Quinlan does a really good job too of just, the information they get from us is always tying them back in. Here's what your money is going to. Here's what it's changing. And
Quinlan is our director of marketing. And so she puts out all of the social media, all of the printed materials, the newsletter. So, it kind of takes a team, and you've got a good team behind you. Okay, so we're coming up on October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so that's another big time that folks can get involved when we do iCare. Tell us all about iCare.
Sure. Do you want the origin story? Because I had learned about this not that long ago. It's kind of interesting.
I don't know if I even know the origin story. Yes, tell us the origin story.
With Carl.
11 years ago.
Once upon a time.
2 board members came to that board meeting with the eye black sticker on, just the single eye black, and didn't say anything about it. And so they did the whole board meeting, and they just wanted to see if anyone would bring it up. What's with the sticker sort of thing. And nobody mentioned it at all. So the whole meeting went through, and they had that the whole time. And after the meeting, they said, we wanted to see if anyone would say something. And in a way, we're trying to represent that, if you noticed that someone maybe had physical bruises, or you noticed that they were having a hard time at work or troubles at home and things like that, we want to try to, iCare started as, how do we undo the taboo of talking about domestic violence?
Oh, I love that.
And so that's what it's all about, that we want to give people the tools to talk about it and get that everywhere in our community. And so with posters and hotline tear-offs, and obviously the kickoff is really informative too, but every year there are clients that call for Harmony House that say, I didn't know about Harmony House until I was at a barbershop. I was taking my kid to get their hair cut, and I saw a poster with the phone number, and then I knew I could call.
Oh.
And so that's a big goal of it. It's a fundraising campaign on one hand, but it's an awareness campaign first, for sure. And so getting those materials out to everybody. The eye black sticker continues, it remains, but we try really hard to say that it is optional, and that it's meant to represent that not all domestic violence is visible, that and it, some like to do it, some don't, and that's really up to them. But they ask me why I care, buttons people wear. It's just out in the community all the time. We want
to
people
start that conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's so important because domestic violence, it's so often it's happening behind closed doors. You may not always see it. There is so much stigma and taboo and shame, but the best way to undo that, get rid of that, is to talk about it. We got to bring it to light because it is impacting so many people in our community. So tell us about the iCare breakfast, because as of this recording, that is going to be next week. But yeah. What's...
It's high energy. It's 7:30 in the morning, 25th of September at the Oasis. Special thanks to the Oasis for providing breakfast that morning. it's open to the public. It's free. I know this is airing after, so promotion for it doesn't really matter, but you know,
you missed a great event.
You missed a great event. It's going to be awesome. Love that.
We interviewed Miss Kansas.
Yes, Miss Kansas 2024 is going to be featured on the podcast with you, Charity, and Kirstyn Temple. And basically that is just, a lot of people come to that maybe their company sponsored or something like that, and it's their first time coming to an event like that, and they're like, sweet, free breakfast. But then the information that they're going to hear about, they'll leave with knowledge about domestic violence, about Harmony House, and inspired about what we do and ready to like share that stuff out. And so folks that come to the iCare kickoff breakfast, whether they've signed up ahead of time or that morning, will leave with the kit of materials to take back to their work, to put things on their windows that say, ask me why I care, and the buttons for their staff to wear, and information of how to talk to their staff about domestic violence and stuff. And our MC will sort of share instruction with them about how do you talk to your staff, how this all is supposed to sort of trickle down, that like managers share with, you know, their staff about things. But we want to create a community where everybody's workplace, you can feel comfortable going to a manager and saying, I'm experiencing something like this, or even like coworkers, and they may know more of what to do. Even if it's just, I know Harmony House's hotline number, call that number. That is a start. And so, yeah.
So, Carl, is it just businesses? Is it primarily businesses? Can individuals? What about a book club? Who can sign up for iCare?
So businesses, book clubs, civic clubs, individuals too. A lot of churches do, schools do, local universities do also. It's really open to anybody. And so individuals, it's a cheaper price. There is a price to participate, but we also don't want to prevent anyone from participating. So if they're like, I really want to do this, but I can't swing the registration fee, call us and we'll work it out. We want to get the word out. So yeah.
That's huge. I just think about the spheres of influence and all of those places where people are living their lives, and the more folks that they're coming in contact with who care, are able to connect to resources. Right. It's like you always say, Charity. An educated
community is a safer community.
Love it. Together now.
Love it.
Well, it's true. I mean, and this is one of the ways that we do that. And I will say it's always gratifying, sobering that we've had businesses that do iCare and then they reach out like, can you come and, I do a DV in the workplace training to help employers and managers recognize the signs of what that might look like for employees, because how that shows up in the workplace. You might mistake those warning signs for something else or may not recognize those signs. And every time that I have taken a training to a business, every single business, they're like, yes, there's someone we're concerned about. That's, or we had this employee, or, like it, and it's across sectors, so it really is so impactful, I think, for folks in the community to have this knowledge. And, one of the other things that we say all the time is like, we don't expect you to be the expert in domestic violence, but at least have our number, at least know where to send folks.
Well, I think that you had said once too, that like prevention education is the key to beating this thing, that we could have double the size of Harmony House, and the beds are good, but the prevention education is the important part, and it makes your role super, super important. And but iCare, ties in with that too, that in the fundraising, but also just, the more people that are like, hang on, that's not quite right. And can we stop it before it gets bad enough that they need shelter?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something we can do.
Yeah.
Carl, what are your visions for iCare in the next 5 years? What does it look like? iCare 2030. Does that sound like a real year? 2030.
2030. Wow, that's in 5 years. That's
that just made me feel so old. 20 or 30, it's only in 5 years. Yikes.
I think my vision, and we're kind of starting to go that direction too, is that iCare began as a real this is happening in our community and we need to share the information about it. We have people that have participated and businesses that have participated for every year. So 11 years and running. And a lot of them are sort of having the feeling of like, all right, we've gotten the word out. It's happening. Now what? And so, we say Harmony House where hope begins is like trying to convey a lot more of the hopeful nature in what we do, and not so much of like, this is really gloom and doom and what are we going to do about it? But, this is very bad and it needs to stop, but here's how to be a part of like the solution. Yeah. The change to it. And so, when these materials first began, they were meant to be really shocking because it's supposed to be. It should be upsetting and it should make you angry and you should want it to stop. But at the same time, not look away and not ignore it. So what began as posters with maybe like a more gruesome picture on it became the eye black sticker. I think that's going to keep evolving, like our marketing materials for it. I know this year, shout out Midwest Family Marketing. They're doing like PSAs for us, and that was
nice.
Part of how we wrote them this year was more hopeful. Last year they were really kind of grim, and it's it was stark reminders that needed to be those reminders. But so it's got the information about the reality, but also how you can help or how you can get help. Yeah. So.
Yeah, when we're feeling hopeless, it can be difficult to make change, and so we can use some hope in that messaging. Maybe that will inspire folks to help make a change.
Yeah.
I think that's important too for survivors to be reminded that you can have a life after domestic violence. So you're a part of that. What is your ultimate goal in general? Like, what would you love to see for Harmony House? Is it somebody winning Powerball and giving you half the winnings? Like,
if that happens, that'd be fine. That'd be fine to happen. That's all good.
Someone in Missouri did win the Powerball.
That's true.
So wherever you are,
hiding. But we're here. Yeah,
you can
we're
be
here.
anonymous.
That's a good question. It's every year we want to grow our donor base and connecting with more people, but also, not losing anybody that has, maybe felt disconnected from the mission for some time. And so we're always like our events, like you had mentioned, Kirstyn, about we have different ones that fit different molds for what people like. Hands-on people want to do iCare more. It's good for their whole business or the family and everything. Those that like to party really hard, Purple Party, it's a fun time. It is a party for sure. And then for a little something more fancy, the Golden Hour Gala, but that's also a younger crowd for that too. I don't think the answer is adding more events. We have kind of a good schedule, and Springfield is already really event heavy already, but it's building a committee of volunteers that want to help us raise money. That's going to be how we reach our fundraising goals for sure. That it's not something just our staff can do.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are things people love to do? Yeah. Speak publicly and ask people for money. So it's like those are sometimes tougher asks to say, like, get involved, but like we have all the tools, and if like you have the heart for it, we can help you get there.
So after folks run to the website to look at different opportunities to fundraise or donate, where else can they run, Carl? Any ideas on how we can run?
I'm smelling what you're stepping in. The Halloween Hustle on October 25th.
What is that?
It's run by City Utilities.
We've lost Charity.
We lost Charity. But not so subtle. It's good. October 25th. It's Harry Potter themed.
Harry Potter fans, come on out to the Halloween Hustle this year.
It's going to be awesome. And they raise a ton of support for Harmony House. They have an amazing team of people, and folks at City Utilities really, really care about what we do. But yeah, registration's open now.
Who doesn't love a fun run that supports a good cause, a local nonprofit? Everybody comes in costume. Like, people even have their pets in costume. Like,
that's true.
I mean, you can run through the streets in your costume.
I'm looking forward to it.
Nerd out on Harry Potter theme. Like, come on.
There truly is something for everyone. A gala or a run. Whichever you prefer.
I mean,
it's true. And tons of candy too.
We are here for everyone. When we say that, we mean that. We are here.
Yeah, that's right.
For everyone. As we begin to wrap up our conversation, Carl, I wonder if you could just share what this mission means for you. I mean, like, I have to imagine that you could be anywhere raising money and probably making a lot more money raising money.
There's a lot of worthy missions.
But
locally.
what does this mean for you?
Worked in nonprofit for almost a decade, and there's more heart in this building than like anywhere else. And I came here and I knew about the mission some, and based on like schooling and then some previous work experience was like pretty familiar with the different types of abuse and things like that. Knowing people personally too that have gone through it also, like, I feel like there's a lot of different skill sets. And I was in a direct service sense once upon a time at Cox North. And before that, just always kind of wanted to do something where I could give back. Turns out that I have a niche or like a skill set for what I do. And I'm like, if this is the way that I can give back and be a part of this whole machine, this is how I can help make sure that we always have advocates downstairs and we have people that can do prevention education and all that stuff. Like I like how I fit in here in that sense. But none of us want to do this type of work just because it's a paycheck. Like nobody would be here if that was the way it is. And, so, I mean, I have people that I'm close to that experience DV. This may be too personal, but like in a couple weeks, I'm actually traveling to Arizona to go to a memorial service for my aunt that was killed by her abuser. And that's one that was very shocking to hear about. And so learned about that during last iCare season. But it's like, this happens to everybody. Everyone knows somebody. And and it's sad how many of those stories there are. It's not fair. And so it's like, we can be a part of changing that, and let's get people on board with us, right? We can do it.
Wow.
Carl, thank you for sharing that. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I feel like it can't just be said enough that everyone knows someone. I feel like we are just so grateful that you are on our team, being the award-winning fundraiser that you are.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
So, I mean, you really have, if you don't know Carl, like, he's got such a great heart. And you've built such a great reputation. I hear great things about you in the community all the time. And I want to thank you for making time. I know this is a busy season for you, but thank you. Before we go, tell us again, how can folks, if they want to do iCare, if they want to get plugged in, how can they get involved?
I would start at myharmonyhouse.org, and there's a page dedicated to iCare. If you're interested in iCare, you can get signed up there. You can find out contact info. Reach out to me. Give us a call at our office. Ask for Carl. I'll talk to you about iCare too. The iCare Kickoff Breakfast is a really good way to get acquainted. If you're thinking about it or just want to learn more about Harmony House, come to that. This is going to air after that, so Purple Party, April 17th. But
yes.
I'd start there, or just reach out and ask for one of us, because we'll talk to you and get you plugged in. Find out what's right for you.
Yeah. Carl, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
This was fun. Yeah.
Thanks, Carl.
Let's do it again.
All individuals have a right to a life free of abuse. If you or someone you know needs help, please call our 24-hour hotline, 417-864-SAFE, 417-864-7233, or chat 24/7 with an advocate on our website at myharmonyhouse.org. Visit our website or follow us on our socials to stay up on the latest news and events. This is Voices Against Violence. Thanks for listening.